Okay, good morning, everybody. Welcome to October the 8th, a market update. Hope everybody's doing well, where we teach you how to trade and learn how to trade, and lots of swing trading, long term trading, and short term trading. So, today we're going to start off with the market. Basically, another day, nothing major is happening other than there is still a government shutdown. We had Mark Carney visit the Donald Trump yesterday. Everybody's probably heard that news. So we're going to talk about a little bit there what's going on this morning. So let's get started with the market first and see where the market is sitting this morning and where the market is going. So again, the government shutdown is creating no new information on the government. There's nothing coming out that is from the government. That's the numbers, the non-farm payroll or anything like that. But we do have a lot of members talking today, FOMC members. There's lots of them starting around this morning at 9:20. The big thing happening today is the FOMC minutes. Those are coming out at 2 p.m. today. They're the the talk, the dialogues, what happened on the last Fed meeting. And it's basically we're gonna see more and more how many Feds are leaning towards more and more interest rate cuts, and what size of those interest rate cuts that are going to be coming. So that's going to be interesting. This is not a interest rate cut decision. This is basically tells us what these guys discussed at the meeting on their last one. So it's going to be a little bit of interesting minutes to see how many more are leaning towards more and more interest rate cuts. So that would be around 2 p.m. It doesn't affect the market too much. It never happened. But these guys talking, look at the number on the list here. We have a lot of them talking since from 9:20 all the way till about 5:45 p.m. So throughout the day, there's going to be a lot of these talks going on. And again, it's going to be no other data coming out from the Fed because it's closed. The U.S. Government is still in a shutdown. Nothing new happening here. I think Donald Trump likes it. What's happening? He's saving tons of money from not paying these government employees. But again, it's going to hurt them in the long term in the GDP because people are not going to spend money, especially government. Governments are well-paid jobs. And if these guys are not spending money out in the economy will suffer, and the long-term view on the economy will be to the downside. But at this moment, I don't think Donald Trump cares. But if you look at the market, since the market had a government shutdown, it's been basically going sideways. So I hope you guys are able to see the ES chart here. I want to make sure that I am on the right screen. Yes. Yeah, you see the ES chart here. That last Friday, this negative candle here, we haven't been able to. This one yesterday tried to beat it up to the upside a little bit. It came right back down. So we didn't get a clear close above this bearish candle. And it continues to trade in this range to the sideways. So basically, it's not last couple of days, it's not been a risk on or a risk off day. So it's been in between. You can trade from this zone basically around 6754 to basically high as around 6800. This is where if the market is breaking out, where do I want to go short is if the market closes below this red line. Okay, this is where I'm thinking short, and if it closes below that, I will take another close. After that, we'll show you what to do. Where the candle closes today, we'll take a look at it. But if it does break to the upside, it must go above this wick here. Then it can continue to the upside. Otherwise, I'm looking the market to go to sideways. For ES futures that are happening, and take a look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is very similar situation. The last four candles have been just going the sideways, but the only difference between ES and the NQ has been setting new records every single day. So can it set another record today? Can it go to the upside today? Break again 772. So it's 262, 272 or 278. It's only about 200 points away. For Nasdaq, 200 points doesn't mean much. Okay, ES futures is 8.5 points up right now. The Nasdaq futures is down is up 20 points. Okay, and the Dow Jones, which is the Dow 30 blue chip stocks, and it has been breaking the record to the upside as well. And again, the 32, the blue chip companies have nowhere gone up what the Nasdaq has gone up. Okay, so they're still in the stage where they're going sideways. But we will see next week when the earnings start coming up on J.P. Morgan and a whole bunch of other companies when they release their earnings next week, especially the banks, and what direction are we going to take. The bank earnings should be okay to the upside. I think they will continue to the upside. They're pretty strong builders. But the rest of the field, I don't know about. Well, let's see when they come out. So that is Dow Jones. Take a look at oil. Oil is up $3 right now. It's trading in this range. Now it's just above this golden line. Again, what are the OPECs doing? OPECs, are they cutting oil, cutting back, or are they increasing the output? So far, they are also trying to control the Russian oil. If they control the Russian oil, put more sanctions on that, that could pump the short term. It could take the oil up to a short term to the upside. But the long-term view on oil might still is not going anywhere. So it's been like this since June of 25. This oil market has done nothing. So basically, it just kind of, it just like to maybe stay out of it till it breaks one way or the other. So it's okay for in between trading, but if you want to take a long-term view on it, this is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get sideways. Okay. Gold 41 coming up, 4100 coming up. This is the one where everybody's dumping their money in. Another thing came out yesterday. I don't know if somebody read this report or not. Putin from Russia put out a note that what the Americans are trying to do is they're trying to hike up the cryptocurrency. Okay, why are they trying to hike up the cryptocurrency? Because they control a lot of it. The US controls a lot of cryptocurrency. And what does that mean? If they can get the valuation on their cryptocurrency to $37 trillion, guess what they can do? They can try to wipe off their debt with cryptocurrency. And that's what Putin accused the Americans of yesterday. Okay, and that's why he doesn't. I don't think he's a believer in crypto either. I'm not a believer in crypto either. But can they do this? Are they gonna able to pump up crypto so much that they own it and eventually wipe their debt off with the 37 trillion debt with a cryptocurrency? Anybody? I love to hear senses on that. That's pretty strong accusation by Putin. I kind of believe him too. I kind of.
But long way नहीं हैगा भी बहुत ज़्यादा time लग जाना इस चीज़ लिए ना.
Look, देखो 1,25,000 ਦੀ cryptocurrency ਹੋ ਗਈ ਆ, right? The cryptocurrency ਦੀ 5 ਲੱਖ ਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਬਣਨੀ ਮੈਂ estimate ਲਾਇਆ. They can wipe out half of the debt with 500,000 price. 5 ਲੱਖ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ ਨਾ cryptocurrency ਦੀ price, ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ $37.5 billion ਜਿਹੜੀ debt ਹੈ, they can wipe it off. Okay, there's an article there. I'm gonna put in the chat there. Okay, so maybe have a look at that. And I haven't had a look at that, but I read some news. I read a whole bunch of different places. I was just reading in the news, but that's a video there you can watch. Okay, yeah, that would be unbelievable what that would happen if that happens. But again, that's why gold is going over 4K, and I think it's headed on a way to if cryptocurrency is going to 500K, gold is headed to 10K. Okay, so very more than the cryptocurrency. Okay, so if you want gold, well, you know what, hang on to it. It's worth 4,060 in the futures contract this morning. VIX is a little bit up. It's up on 17. It's to go a little bit up. Again, this government, as we are going towards a government shutdown, more and more late it gets, the more and more it's going to fuel the GDP to the downside. Okay. Hitesh, your mic is open. So
Sorry, bro.
no problem. So VIX is heading to the 17. So we're gonna get this VIX rising as the U.S. government shutdown continues. Okay. So VIX is gonna continue to I like to I don't it's not VIX kind of tells us where the market is. So if VIX starts going up, we're gonna start getting a lot of volatility in the market. Okay, we are gonna start getting a lot of volatility in the market. So next to VIX is 10-year. 10-year is coming down a little bit. It was hiking up 4.10. Again, it's not going anywhere. I like to see it under 4%. And I believe with these interest rates, we're gonna get maybe, I think pretty sure, I'm almost like we're gonna get like a 0.5% on the next one for sure. The way this jobs report was on ADP, we haven't seen the non-farm payroll yet, but when we see the non-farm payroll, I think that's not gonna be any better. Okay, but let's see. We haven't seen it yet. So that is what are the put call ratios are telling us this morning. The SPY has gone a little bit towards the put side. Same thing with a triple Q is a little more to the call side. So it's kind of mixed. And same thing with IWM is a little bit towards call side here. So it's a mixed bag here. Don't know what direction the market wants to go with these indicators. Basically, it's telling us the market could just go sideways. Bitcoin is sitting at all-time high, 122. Can it break and go higher? I think definitely, especially with interest rate cuts. Okay, so think about it this way. So if all the money that the Americans are printing, they could just keep buying crypto and hiking up crypto while the dollar's going to the downside. And then eventually take all that crypto and just buy pay off the debt. So think about that one. That could happen. MSTR, it's going to the downside again. Bitcoin, where is it? Up. Bitcoin is the reason I bring in MSTR. I know there's a lot of people here trading MSTR. I don't want you to get burnt. You're gonna get burnt with this thing here because if one of those companies that we call, hey, pay us our debt back, they're gonna have to sell Bitcoin. These guys gonna have to sell Bitcoin to pay these guys back. Okay, and if that happens, this thing is done. Okay, so even though it's worth $328, I would just sit in a put. I believe it. Just if you are sitting in a stock, protect yourself with puts. That's what I would do. I would hedge if you're trading this. If you're gonna buy shares in this one to the upside, hedge them with put. Okay, so I think they're very risky. So I think the stock is very risky. Okay, so getting there. Coin exchange, this is not a risky one. These guys make money every time all the cryptocurrencies get traded. They actually make commission, just like Hood does, just like IBKR does. So these guys are just not as risky what these other guys are. So coin exchange is fine. I think $375. It's a nice run to the upside. This was where they got included in the S&P, and since then it took off. It has come back. People took profits here. Now they're trying to push it back to the upside again. Ethereum is sitting at a highs as well. It's sitting on a bull flag. I think it will break to the upside. I think Ethereum is a buy. I think if you're looking, interest rate cuts coming up, and if you believe in the Bitcoin that's going to go up, Ethereum is going to follow. I think Ethereum is a better coin than Bitcoin. I think Ethereum is. I think it can be more than double or triple from here if Bitcoin keeps going to the upside. So I'd like this break, and if it breaks, especially here, if you don't own it, 49.30, I think it can easily break the 5K and go beyond. Okay, and all the cryptocurrencies, especially Hut owns a lot of Ethereum, and that's why this stock has been really pumping to the upside. So Hut also trades on the TSX as well, and it also trades on the American exchange as well. Okay, Take a look. All the other ones I don't know a lot about. You can trade Mara, Riot, BITX. All of them are XYZ is Square. Okay, they do crypto payments. Jack Dorsey Company. If anybody's interested in this, the history. I explained to you guys what this company is all about before. But if you're looking to buy this one here above $82. All right. So that is the other stuff. Let's talk about the Canadian trade. Everybody saw Mark Carney in the Oval Office yesterday. They were joking and stuff like that. They were also talking about trade. So basically, Mark Carney was propping Donald Trump up, right? Saying all the good things, so he feel better, so we get a better contract, and that's why I think he was doing it, perking him up. So if they do get I think they will they will come to some sort of agreement, especially on steel and aluminum. And if you're looking at steel and aluminum, I'm definitely looking at Alcoa, and I've been a big fan and big holder of Alcoa, and I think you guys are too. It's breaking to the upside. This is on the Canadian trade yesterday, and if they get any sort of trade agreement this week, they said they're going to announce something before the 21st of October. And if they get something like that, I think this is just a win-win situation. This stock goes back to 40, $50. I know there's a lot of holders in here, and they keep asking me, should I take my profits? Well, I think you should hang on to it. I think this is going to have a more further upside. I think we're going to see $40 target here very soon if we see that happening. And that's along also pushing all the other Canadian stocks to the upside. CNR is above 135 yesterday. And I think this one is going, as soon as they get a contract, this thing goes to 144, 145. I have tons of shares in this one. I'm telling you guys right now, if it gets to 140, I'm going to be unloading half of my stuff because I just get too much. My average is under $130 on it. And when you get a lot of shares, you can take a lot of profit in them. I will be holding my other half on it, but I will be unloading a lot of stuff, a lot of these shares at 140. I'm telling you guys this right now, okay? So you guys know. NTR sitting at $85. This is also running up on these news as well in the US, and these stocks are so far doing pretty well. CNQ is jumping a little bit on oil price this morning. Canadian banks are going to continue a little bit to the upside. Why? Because of interest rate cuts that are happening in the US and Canada. Again, these are overvalued. These stocks are overvalued right now, overpriced a little bit because of these interest rate cuts. And in the meantime, they're going to continue to be a little bit of overpriced going to the upside. Okay, so I think the Canadian banks are just slightly overpriced right now. So be a little careful. Okay, so of the Canadian banks especially. TDs sitting at 112. I'm not a buyer of TD right now, even the chart going straight up. Not a buyer right now. I have enough TD. I've been selling a lot of it on the way up, but again, let's see what happens. But let's take a look at some of the other stuff, what the news has been out on some of these stocks. Let me get to my news here channel. Amazon Prime, the Amazon is in the news again. Prime days are coming. I think Amazon, if it doesn't get to 210 very soon, I might have to pick some at current price. It's sitting at 223 this morning. If you're looking for a trade on Amazon, I would be a buyer above around 224. Okay, 224. If you want to buy Amazon to the upside, that's where I would buy. But I'm still hoping that it comes down to 210, 212. This is where I wanted to buy it. But again, sometimes you won't get your price. Yesterday we got to low as about 216, and when I saw that 216, I thought I would see 210. If I should have been a wiser guy, I should have picked some up at 216 just to. I already have some little shares, but I don't have because I sold a lot of them. Remember when it ran up here to 240, 237 from 160? So we sold a lot of it up here. But again, I'm looking to pick up. But again, I'm gonna look at 224 as a day trade on Amazon. Okay, so I will be looking at Amazon as a day trade at 224. I sold Pepsi yesterday as a day trade. It is coming out with earnings tomorrow. Okay, and I sold it. I made $100 on it. That's fine. Again, could be another swing for a day trade. The earnings are coming out tomorrow morning. Okay, so if you're just doing it for a swing trade, or you're just doing it for a day trade, make sure you take it out today at the end of the day. But I am a long-term holder of Pepsi, so I don't really care about, I do care about the earnings, but I don't care about selling the stock till after the earnings. So again, looking for a breakout to the upside on Pepsi. Hopefully, strong earnings. I think they're gonna beat the earnings. They are gonna beat the earnings. Why do I say that? Because they give a very strong guidance on their last earnings, and it will continue to make money going into November, December, where we are getting up to Christmas season. So I think they'll be fine. And plus, we got a football season. All the snacks. They're big makers of snacks, Lay's and chips and stuff, like peanuts and stuff like that. So that's every Sunday football, you gotta have snacks, right? And a lot of them are Pepsi snacks. So that is Pepsi. I think it will continue to go up. Somebody asked me about Archer Daniels yesterday, whether they should hang on or sell it. I sold it back here. Back here, I didn't sell it all. I always hang on to some shares because I like to buy them back if there's a price drop again. But it didn't drop enough for me here to buy, but I still hang on. But if you want to take the profit here, that's fine. I've we've been buying this thing at 45, 50, 55. I originally bought it on 60 on the way down, but I bought all the way to $45. So made some good money on this one. Again, PHM, I think these are gonna be ready to reverse back to the upside. The home stocks, why the interest rate cuts are coming up, I think they're gonna go back to the upside. So it's a nice lower dip buying if anybody's interested in them. I think they will eventually go back to the highs on both PHM and DHI. Okay, what's the other stocks that are on the news here this morning? I don't follow this one much, but Lucid. Lucid is they're hyping up a lot of deliveries for the Q3, but I don't really like this stock. But I hear this for those who follow this. Okay, let's take a look, and it's sitting at 21. Again, it's sitting at a support here. So with this even good news, the stock is pushing to the downside. Okay, it's down about 50 cents. But what they were talking about Q3 deliveries and hype in them. And if there's good deliveries on Q3, this stock on the short term could run back to the upside. So this is all for Lucid followers. I don't follow it. I don't have the stock. And I'm not planning to buy this stock either. Okay. GRBK, Deepak, is that real estate stock. I definitely have a stock in it. I'm still holding it. Okay, and it has come down recently with all this. The yield went up on the 10-year, kind of pushed this. Mortgages got expensive. Guess what? This stock has come down, and this is also on my. If you want to buy a dip list, if you want to buy on the dip as well, it goes with DHI and PHM. Okay. If you're taking the profit up here, that's fine. Any other ones? Anybody have any other ones they want to talk about? Coin is, yeah, definitely. PayPal, PYPL. We haven't talked about this stock for a while. I'm not in it, guys. I sold it long time ago. PayPal is trying to reverse back to the upside. If cryptocurrency is gonna go higher, I think this stock will go higher too. And they converted a lot of their machineries or their paying machines to crypto back with Square when Square was doing it. So this company done it as well. If crypto is going to go up to 500k, this will also kind of go up as well. So sooner or later, PayPal, I'm not very excited about the stock, but again, if crypto is going to go up and these guys are already set up for crypto payments, this could go up as it well, as with the square, which we talked about X, Y, Z, I think. Yeah, we talked about X, Y, Z as well just a few minutes ago. Block. And again, looking for a breakout here. If the cryptos are going to go, both PayPal and XYZ are a good payment. They're payment platforms, right? Yeah, e-commerce. So both of them could shoot to the upside. Okay. All right, Dollarama. So could definitely take a look at this one. Again, we talked about it yesterday. They're on the buy list, but meantime, they're going to the downside. Wait till they this could be a good buy around even at current price. I would start buying a little bit. I would start accumulating. I wouldn't put a lot of money into it right now, but start buying a little bit. Not only Dollarama, Dollar Tree, and Dollar General. I like Dollar Tree better. I still hold Dollar Tree. DLTR, I did sold some, but I still have Dollar Tree. And I'm a buyer, Dollar Tree. And these could all reverse. We got Christmas coming up. Winter coming up, and these stocks tend to do very well during the winter time, the Christmas time. Last time they started going up in November. See this year, November this went all the way up. So I do think this is going to turn around, and watch in the next October, just end of October and November, this will start turning around back to the upside. Okay, I would start accumulating right now. I would start buying a little bit. Okay. Same thing with Dollar General. Same thing with Dollar General. So all three of them are good buy lists. So let's see where Dollar General is sitting on the chart. So my favorite is Dollar Tree, and maybe other might be Dollar as well, Dollarama as well on the Canadian side. Yeah, definitely be a buyer, but again, start accumulating. I think you by October, end of October, November, you'll see these stocks starting to pop back to the upside. Okay. So that's my feeling on these dollar stores. HMY is a gold stock, I believe.
ਡਾਲਰ ਜਨਰਲ ਨੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਲਾਸਟ ਅਰਨਿੰਗ ਤੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਨਵੇਂ ਸਟੋਰਸ ਖੋਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਵੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਕਰਕੇ ਇਹਦੇ ਚ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਕੈਪੀਟਲ ਸਪੈਂਡਿੰਗ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਟਾਕ ਡਾਊਨ ਆਇਆ ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਲਸ ਪਿਕਅਪ ਹੋਈ ਨਵੇਂ ਸਟੋਰਾਂ ਦੀ ਫਿਰ ਉਹਨੇ ਵਧੀਆ ਪਰਫਾਰਮ ਕਰਨਾ
Yeah, of course. But I look at Dollar Generals in generally, Gurkeet, that they all do well when the Christmas seasons come around, because a lot of people go in there. They buy a lot of Christmas ornaments, which are very cheap. They all come from China, but they sell a lot of that stuff during the summer, especially in the Christmas time, or Dollar General. Because a lot of people are shopping now food in there. They got lots of food. The other day I walked by Dollar General. It's not Dollar General. The Dollarama here on Westwood Mall. They had soup cans in there. Okay, they're selling soup cans, so they sell a lot of food and stuff too. So I think a lot of people might be shopping in the Dollar General stores or Dollarama stores this winter time, trying to save some money. So Harmony, I like this gold. This is a gold mining. This is trying to break to the upside. I would be a buyer. Definitely looks good. Just on the technical basis. All right. So if I'm looking at the technical basis, I'm definitely like this stock. Okay. But how is it fundamentally? Let's take a look. Fundamental is not too bad either. Price good, got a good price to earnings ratio. Price to sales is not bad. Book value is not get bad. What about the earnings? Earnings are, wow, the earnings looking good. I like that stock. And revenue looks good. And we have a gold price that's over 4K. Yeah, I would be definitely a buyer on this breakout right there. This could be even a good day trade. 1894, guys. Okay, have a look at that one. All right, let's take a look at the ASM. This is silver. Silver is sitting at highs. This is another mining. Good look, very beautiful chart to the upside. Let's take a look at the fundamentals. The revenue is growing. I know it's a small company. It's only worth about 803 million. Okay. Earnings are looking, no, it's okay. They're not really out there beating them. Revenue is not being out there beating them, but the chart does look good. I like the chart. If you like it, if you think it's gonna grow, I would hang on to it. But I would keep a reasonable stop loss, which would be around 450 on this one. Okay, so I would keep a reasonable stop there. So any other ones anybody want to talk about? But anyway, I'll be back in about 20 minutes. Let Harvey do his update, and we'll get back to this market update. I got more stocks I want to talk about. I got a bunch of lists here we talked about yesterday, how they're doing. Charles Schwab, OSCR, NPI, MFI. We'll talk about them in a few minutes. Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you in a few minutes.
All right, what's up, guys? Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. Let's see what today brings. It has been a pretty choppy week as we've been kind of consolidating in a pretty strong daily range here for I think the past couple of 4 or 5 days here. So we'll see if we get any volatility in today's session. It could be another quiet market, but we'll see what prints. In terms of our risks and our long-term trades, right now markets did see a pretty significant pullback yesterday, right? Yesterday in the morning session, we got a strong pullback in some of the major tech names, a lot of names that were extended to the upside that we've been holding or watching for quite some time, started to pull back pretty aggressively in that morning session.